Welcome to today's collective reading. Let's see what your spirit guides, your ancestors, the divine, Gaia, what messages they have for the collective today for what is weighing on their minds and hearts. We'll begin with the first placement is very muchly about being firmly rooted, connected to what is immovable, and an invitation to not necessarily be boastful about the knowledge of this location, this space within you. And what the card is giving me is a new beginning. The embracing of magic is real. Taking you back to that childlike state where Santa Claus was real. And people could levitate. And you could fly. To enjoy this, to savor this, to not necessarily share it with others, that they may put in their little stamp of opinion on that. It's sacred in that it is only for you in your relationship with it to be contributing to creating, supporting, and maintaining its manifestation in your reality, be it experienced in the 3D as well as the 5D, or the 5D or the 3D. For the more assertive energies attached to this, we have a very logical progression that is careful and pays attention to detail towards this manifestation, which has led to this. You have taken your time in making sure that every detail is as you feel is authentic and right on an intuitive, energetic level for you. And knowing that you're moving into a more abundant space has allowed you to remove some of that mask with this particular situation, the belief that magic is real again, right? The embrace of that. So you've removed some of that mask, that ego, being on the defense, setting a boundary that's become a bit more permeable because you are believing that this magic is real. And you know the path that you have chosen. Yes, there were other paths in this assertive energy. There were other paths that you could have chosen, but you knew the one that you wanted more than the others all along, and you had your eyes set on that. And you're taking that leap. You're putting all of your energy towards that which you desire most. And you're looking at the obstacles and you're making plans. And those plans and those obstacles that at one point seemed so impossible, because you are believing the magic is real, they don't seem so impossible anymore. They seem very possible now. For the receptive energy in this placement, it reaffirms that this is a co-creation between the assertive energies present within you and thus also reflected without, as well as the receptive energies. And with divine, the magic, spirit, Gaia, co-creating within the assertive and receptive energies. This is something that holds surprises for you, but has your unique mark to it. So each aspect gets to appreciate the contribution. There's love present in this manifestation. Also, that deep breath of knowing that because you believe in magic, you know that what has you believing in that is that you have observed your manifestation at some point, aspect that has allowed you to really have faith in that, to believe it, to embrace it. And that comes through a sense of protection, of divine intervening, of you knowing that you have gone through and dealt with all the doubts, all the anxieties, all the fears, and you have, kind of come to your conclusions about each one. And in this process, you've really rejected these doubts, and you've been firm with that, yet compassionate with yourself. This is also reflected externally, not just in your internal receptive energy. Allowing the divine energy to come in and intervene and create that boundary with you, to reinforce the boundary between you and these energies and thoughts and feelings that you've consistently rejected. So there's that deep inhale and exhale because you're recuperating, you're healing, you're finding comfort and peace as you set your eyes on that path before you, knowing that you're not alone in creating the path over these seemingly impossible obstacles that once felt so imposing. Because you know you're not alone, you don't necessarily feel like they're so impossible. And this invitation is to know this, but not boast it. To savor it and only share it with the energies that you've already manifested with. Share it with that assertive energy within you and the receptive energy in your relationship with spirit, with Gaia, with the divine, with your ancestors. Share it there and enjoy this discovery of magic acting out in your life, manifesting. In the next placement, it speaks to your knowledge, your wisdom, your awareness. What you know is that you have a very strong discernment, an intuition, and you've learned through rejecting all of these doubts, all of these fears, these insecurities, these cruelties, really, right where it becomes something that is not of love and becomes something that is manipulative. So you're quick to reject what is not of love and light because you've developed a strong discernment between the two. In the assertive energies, affirming this, definitely, like you have the, I'm willing to be compassionate, but I'm not taking any boundaries being tempted to be crossed, tested. You've been upfront with where those boundaries are. And this has been something that you have manifested. The discernment is something that has been manifested. The boundaries, the willingness to choose to be compassionate and open while also not allowing your boundaries to be negotiable. There are certain things in everyone's life. Internally, it starts there and then it moves outwardly. So there are certain things that you find in and of yourself and how you relate to yourself that are non-negotiables. Where if you cross that boundary, you know that you need to seek help, or that you've crossed a line that you can't uncross. This is also something that is manifest externally with assertive energies around you. People, jobs, relationships. This has been something that has been manifest in co-creation with the divine, with the receptive and assertive energies within Gaia, your spirit guides, and the divine to assist you in having this foundation and your intuition interact from you being the center, like the pebble that hits the water and it ripples out in your life to other rings, other aspects of your energy interacting with others. And the receptive aspect to what you know with this intuition is you know that what you offer is beautiful. What you bring to the table is more than worthy. It is desirable. It is abundant. Your ability to love is almost limitless, infinite, eternal. And you possibly have sensed that within you or within energies around you that you have been overlooked and overlooked and overlooked. Yet not rejected, but consistently overlooked. And you know this to be something that is not desired by this energy. It's why you remain there, because you know that something is going on, that the divine aspect, both receptive and assertive, now within divine, is seeking to surprise you. So you're not able to see exactly what's going on. So you're trusting. You're trusting your intuition. That's why you keep being present. That's why you keep having that presence to share, willingness to be open and receptive. Even though this situation seems to be continually having to choose something to give the energy, the focus to, other than where they really want to, which is on you. So there's always like an undercurrent of you're the focus, but they can't outwardly focus. This aspect cannot outwardly focus on you, but you sense they are very muchly focused on you. So you remain trusting the divine, and that there is going to be a moment where it will be divine timing, and then it will all make sense, and you'll get to enjoy that surprise. In the meantime, you have struggled with those doubts, those insecurities, those fears, and that has challenged you to triumph over them, to be able to tell that difference, to really gain that discernment. This is preparation, really, for what is to come. This discernment is going to be something that needed to be this strong for when this energy does outwardly as well as internally focus solely on the love that you offer, the love and the light that you offer. In the position that I'm reading now, there's a sense of a contract being in place already. concerns about the energy being one of being trapped or one of free will is what is in question. And that is what is really being sought for clarity in this reading. So it's bringing all of that to this moment, this discernment, all of the knowledge and the awareness that you can bring to this. Is this something freely chosen? Is your assertive energy as well as your receptive energy feeling like they're on the same page? They're going in the same direction, they're manifesting the same thing. Because if that is true within you, it will be reflected in the relationships and dynamics around you. So let's take a little bit closer look here. So in the assertive energy, it's an awareness that love is needing to be given, that cup needs to be filled with a bit of water. The love, the abundance, the worthiness that you are needs to be affirmed, acknowledged, given to. And that really this is something in a lot of ways in the assertive energy aspect. All these seeds have already been planted in your mind, in your heart, in your intuition, in your relationship with self, with the divine, and with the energies around you. It's only a matter of discovering these seeds as they grow and fully appreciating them and understanding what they are and what they mean. So the assertive energy is just observing. It's waiting for you to come to the conclusion. It's waiting for you to own, to realize and own that what you desire to know has already been answered. It's only that you need to discover that answer through discernment, through intuition. There is definitely a lot of respect present for the question being asked. How important it is that this be reciprocated, that it be free will, that it not just be one side working in one direction and the other working in a completely different one, and somebody feeling some energy or someone feeling like they're being pulled back, leashed, restrained, trapped. There is this energy present here simply because that is not what you desire. To be concerned that something is happening like this, to express, I do not want anyone, even myself within me, to feel as though they are being held back. If I'm holding me back, and I know I could do more, and I know I'm capable of more, I would not want anyone to feel that way because of my actions either. So, because you bring this to light, even saying it internally or externally, you're creating the very thing that you desire, which is the lack of that. You do not want anyone, even yourself, to feel restrained, held back, trapped. This is an affirmation of that. It is affirming that that is not the situation, or there wouldn't be an observation within the assertive energy waiting for you to discover that seed, that answer. So here is that answer for you. And with the the receptive energy present here, you have that abundance of love and light connection, awareness in the receptive energy of this energy within the assertive energy. So your receptive energy is aware that your assertive energy is of love and light. That this is freely chosen, that this is not a situation where any aspect within you, thus with outside of you, in this ripple effect, there's not a sense of feeling trapped or restrained or free will being somehow manipulated or hampered. And it's definitely a test for you to figure out all the ways in which, or to be aware of, up to this point, that this manipulative energy has really tried to control this moment, affect this dynamic in this moment. Because if you felt like you were holding yourself back, then you would believe that you were holding other energies back. If you were trapping yourself, then you would believe that other energies around you could be feeling trapped or held back by you. It's almost a desperation at this point. And because of that, it is see-through. It is easy to observe and thus dispel the illusion. I do not want to diminish the struggles while you are waiting or have waited within you to choose you, or from choosing you for energies around you to choose you. To not just want to choose yourself, but to fully focus on choosing yourself. The struggles of developing that discernment, I am not minimizing. They are not necessarily easy experiences. But this is where you are in this moment, and you have done that work. The divine has come in and aided you in your manifesting of the barrier between you and these energies, allowing these energies to be seen through, because your discernment is that much sharper, aware, because it's aided. You are working with love and light. You are not alone in your discernment. You are supported. There's been a lot of pain, be it physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual, that you have encountered and alchemized throughout your journey of shadow work to sharpen that discernment, to understand who you are, from what your relationship with your higher self is, your conscious self, your inner child, and your ego, to understand all of those aspects as well as your subconscious, and what that relationship with all of that knowledge is. Unique to you, to your path. Your light is unique. So your pain is unique. The way in which you alchemize is going to be unique to you. And by alchemize, what I mean by this is you take your pain, you take your loss, you take your grief, you fully look at it, you fully understand it, you hear what it wants to tell you about yourself. You give it room to express itself. And then you choose to refocus on love and light. What is the highest manifested, chosen, possible way to view this? How do I bring healing, soothing light here? This has been your feeling aspect of this reading, is your ability to take that pain and know that it's not set in stone, that it must be you, because it is not all of who you are. You can choose to grow and to change. That does not mean that the pain is not a part of you, or hasn't been, only that it's not remaining your focus. This was a radical shift in your structure from top to bottom, your awareness of the self, and you were not alone in this. There was divine intervention, support, there was knowledge, there was that inner spark. There were aspects that were gifted to you by other people in your world, meant to hold you back, to hurt you, to harm you. However unintentional, that you would still hold on to that energy. These aspects of you, you recognize as not of you. And so you rejected them. You did not own them as self. You know where your world is, and you know where you want to go. And you are completely focused in that direction. And that direction is changing this pain, this darkness, this confusion into knowledge, manifested love and light and happiness in your future, in your now and your future. This is very, very strong assertive energy. In the receptive aspect of the more feeling emotion of alchemizing this pain, there's a receptivity to still kind of dealing with some of the frustrations, the sense of ready to go with nowhere to go, waiting for that divine timing, the trusting that the divine knows things that you may not know. And that if you're not allowed to know it right now, there's a reason, because you have that affirmation that has allowed you to know that magic is real again. You have confirmation that you are not alone. The magic is real. So being in this state of, I feel ready and raring to go, is something that you are aware of. It's not necessarily painful, but you're aware that a part of you feels that. You're not ignoring it. It's there. And it's part of what feels like it adds like emotional oomph to manifesting, where you desire to take all of that energy once the divine gives you the green light, right? Because you know that future holds the greatest happiness that you could possibly imagine. And still, between the divine and the assertive and receptive energies within divine, which you are a reflection of, and which all the energies outside of your rippling of the water around you are a reflection of. The divine affects you. You affect others. The divine is affecting others through you. None of us are alone. We are all connected. There is much surprise in the future, and you know. What you already know is that you're going to be incredibly happy. And that you're going to be living you're going to have more than just this affirmation that magic is real. You will encounter more affirmations and more affirmations. So I do hope that this brought some peace, some comfort, some affirmation of your own intuition that you are on point, that you could intuitively already know that none of this would be happening if all energies were not freely choosing this. It is a co-creation. It is not like one aspect of you is being drug against its will. So it would not affect energies around you in that way. However, the knowledge that when the time is right, that information will come to you and you will understand fully the details as to why. The discovering of life. Thank you very much for watching this, listening to this. I am very grateful for all of your energetic contributions to the reading. If you wanted to have more of an energetic oomph, possibly like leaving a comment, dropping a like, subscribing to the channel, may invite a bit more of a consciousness collective contribution to what is more on your mind and your heart, but that is between the divine and the guides, between our team, my team, and your team.